It's Christy. Welcome to day 5 of my 2014 holiday card series. Today we're going to be using this stamp and die set from Avery Elle. This is the Be Jolly, and this snowman was designed by Heather Campbell. It's just super cute. So we'll use those. And then I also have this Peppermint Express paper pad by American Crafts. I believe this was released last year. I know I definitely picked it up last year, but you might still be able to find it. And it has some really traditional color palette and patterns. It's just a great overall paper pad. So we're going to begin by coloring our little snowman. So I'll zoom in for you. And I'm going to begin with his body. So for that, I'm going to take some BT1, which is my lightest blue turquoise, and I'm just going to begin adding in a little bit of a blue tone to the outside just to give him kind of a frosty look. Okay, I know that might be really hard to see on camera, but it's there. It's just really pale. Now I'm adding some BT2. Okay, doing a little bit on both sides to give him kind of a rounded appearance, but I have more on the left side, just to kind of, because he's facing towards the right, so putting the left side in a little darker shadow. And then I'm going to blend that back with the BT1. Pardon the train in the distance. Just blending that in and softening that up. Okay, and then I'm going to switch to my colorless blender and just blend that out even further. Alright, and that will begin to soften up as well as the alcohol absorbs into the paper. So we'll move on to his little carrot nose. We'll do a little OR2, and we'll add some OR3. See, for his branches, we'll do EB4, and we'll darken that up with a little EB5. And for his little scarf and hat, we're going to do a traditional red scarf and Santa hat. So I'm going in with DR3. Just adding down a base layer there. Alright, I'm going to move to a DR6. Just going to deepen up some of the edges there to give it that rounded appearance. We'll add some color where the artist has drawn the little wrinkles in the fabric. Okay. And we'll deepen that even further with a little DR7. This is my favorite red combination here, the Spectrum Noirs. Extending that out just a little bit towards the bottom. And then I'll go back and blend that with my DR3. Okay. I'm going to do the hat just the same. Carefully adding that DR3 into the top. Do a little DR6. and a little DR7. Okay, making that left side the darkest part, and then back with my DR3. All right, and that's done. Now we're going to do something a little different. I'm going to take my Tombow Mono Multi-Glue and some Flour Soft, and I just keep it in this little container here. With Flour Soft, you want to fluff it up when you use it, so that's why I keep it in this container. That way I can just open it up, take out a little bit, okay, and then I can kind of fluff that up and get that ready to go. All right, so I'm going to take some Tombow Mono Multi-Glue. They also do make some special Flour Soft glue, but the Tombow Mono works just as well in my opinion. So I'm going to add a little bit of that on the ball of our hat, and then on the brim of his little furry band here. And then I'm going to take some Flour Soft, and I'm just going to grab a scrap piece of paper. There we go. And now I'm just going to add my Flour Soft to that glue. I'm just going to sprinkle it over the glue, putting a generous amount down. Okay, and when I think I have enough, I'm going to go ahead and tap that into the glue. And when I think I have that how I want it, I can flip him over and tap off any excess. And then if you have any pieces that are not where you want them to be, you can take a tool. I'm using my Quick Sticks tool, but you can take a craft knife or a paper piercer or any kind of tool with a kind of a pointed edge, and you can push some of that back into the glued part where you wanted it. You can also remove some if there's too much. If it's covering up some of your black stamped lines that you don't want it to, you can just push that aside. So you just want to fiddle with that until you get a look that you're happy with, and when you are, you can go ahead and set that aside to dry. Before I put my Flour Soft away, I'm going to have a snowy hill, and I want to add some of that powder to the edge of my hill. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to grab some Tombow here and put down some glue right along the edge, and then I'll push that into the Flour Soft as well. Just tap that on. And you can pick it up, flick off any excess, and when you're happy with that, you can set that aside to dry as well. The rest of that Flour Soft you can just put back into the container, and then you can put the lid back on and put that away. While those pieces are drying, we can go ahead and assemble the rest of our card. I've cut down some pattern paper here to mount onto my card base, which is a piece of Spectrum Noir Ultra Smooth Premium White cardstock. And then I'm going to line that up and just press that into place. Okay, then I've got a piece of red pattern paper from that same pack. And I'm going to line that up here with my craft mat to get that straight on the card. Alright, and I can trim off the excess there. My focal panel I've cut out with the Lawn Fawn Stitch Journaling Card die, and I have actually mounted that on another piece of white cardstock cut with the same die just to make it a little more sturdy. So So that is going to go right there. But before I do that, I just want to stamp my sentiment. So I'm going to figure out my placement here on my card. And I'm using the Be Jolly sentiment here from that stamp set. I'm going to stamp that in some Memento Luxe Love Letter ink. So I'll just go ahead and get that inked up. Okay. And I'm going to line that up in the bottom right corner. There we go. I'm going to carefully take some more Tombow Mono and add my Snowdrift to the focal panel here. And I'll add my snowman with a little bit of foam tape. I'm using my giant roll here. I've been working on this roll for a couple of months here, and I still have quite a bit to go. There we go. And then we'll just add our snowman. Right up here. So I've got a bit of ribbon here from my stash. I believe this is May Arts ribbon. And I'm just going to wrap this around the red panel on my card front. And I'm going to tie that into a knot. Just make sure it's nice and straight. I usually do bows, but this ribbon is a little bit thicker, and being that it will be you know, going through the mail, it's a good idea to just use a knot. It'll be a little bit simpler and a little bit flatter. I'm going to use my ribbon scissors here to just trim off those ends. It's a good idea to have a special pair of scissors just for ribbon, because paper does dull your scissors really quickly. So if you have a separate pair just for ribbon, they'll stay nice and sharp. Now I can adjust that a little bit where I want it. Okay, and I'm going to add a glue dot under that knot just to keep it in place. Just kind of ball it up on the tip of my scissors there, and then I slide it under, and then go ahead down and secure it down where I want it. Okay, now I've got some foam tape adhered to the back of my panel. And I'll just go ahead and line that up. I'm going to do it a little bit down in the bottom corner here, and actually I'm going to go ahead and pull up that knot and adjust that a little bit more to the left, and then I'll slide my panel back where I want it. Just make sure that's nice and straight. I can press that into place. Alright, we're nearly finished. I'm going to take my We Are Memory Keepers corner chomper, and I'm going to chomp the top corner here. I'm actually going to do both. Just wanted to look before I decided. I'm going to do my top two corners. Then I've got a snowflake button that I picked up at Michael's a few years ago. They do still carry these though. I just saw them the other day when I was in there. You get a really big pack, and I've been working on this pack. I think I bought it either last year or the year before, so they last a long time. I'm adding a little bit of multi-medium matte to the center of that bow, and I'm going to go ahead and adhere my snowflake button right over top of that. So that completes day 5 of my 2014 Christmas card series. Please give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys soon with day 6, and take care. Bye-bye.